Welcome back to the CryptoLabs Passive Income YouTube channel. Really excited today. We're going to be talking about really ultimately attaining financial freedom. And although this has to do with crypto and DeFi, it has less to do with crypto and DeFi than I think most people think. We had Yandy post a win in our community. We get these all the freaking time. And I wanted to break this down. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. My crypto income is paying for my car payments. Hopefully that's in focus. If it's not, I can always bring it up on the screen. This goes beyond just car payments. This goes beyond just crypto and DeFi. And I can promise you, if you apply what we're about to cover into your life in incremental ways over the next little bit, you will build a life of financial freedom where your car, your liabilities, your holidays or vacations or mortgage or house or rent can be free. You can literally live for free. And I think most people misunderstand that, or the first thing they're going to think is scam. And it's why they stay stuck. And I think by the end of this video, you'll be like, oh, that makes total sense. When I started looking at my life through this lens, the decisions I made were very, very different. When I would upgrade my car, got a garage full of motorcycles, they're free. This watch was free, and I'm gonna break it down for you today. So let's say you wanna buy a car. Most people think, what can I afford as a monthly payment? Just for fun, just for this example, let's say you can, your car payment's $350. Let's say the car is 20K. I don't know if those numbers make sense. That'd be a 5-year or 6-year or something. So that kind of makes sense. Let's say your car payment's $350. You're looking for a cheaper car, 20K. I don't know if you can buy a brand new car for 20K anymore. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But you get the point. I'm just keeping the numbers easy here. What most people would do is say, okay, I'm going to spend some money on a down payment so I can buy this car. If you're buying new or even used, sometimes you don't even have to do a down payment. There's a lot of deals and opportunities like that, but that's how most people think. I'm gonna spend some money on a down payment and I'm gonna get a car and put it on payments. Okay, and we have to understand that if you're buying new, so if this car is new, there's gonna be depreciation that literally looks like, this is year 0, and it literally looks like that. So like most people hold a car for 3-4 years and they take a hit on this depreciation right here. So they buy the car for 20K, they're paying $350 a month for it, they put some money down, which is gone, and by the time they go to sell it, they're lucky if they get, 13K for it. And so really they just paid for this depreciation. They kind of screwed themselves. Most people do this. I used to do this. I get it. What if instead you ask, how could I get this car for free? How could I get that watch for free? How could I have my mortgage covered? How could I buy a house for free? And here's how an investor who's focused on financial freedom, our members, Yandy, for example, starts thinking about it. What if instead I put, and you might have to delay gratification a little bit because maybe your down payment, they're asking you for 2K. And you're like, you know what if I just wait a few more months and instead of buying the car with a 2K down payment and then spending $350 and eating the depreciation, do let me know in the comments if you're following so far. By the way, when you do leave a comment, you get entered into our weekly giveaways. So do give some love below. Like this video once this lands for you. What if instead I put $3,500, just for this example here. So I waited a few more months and I put $3,500 into an investment vehicle, which for me, of course, is a lot crypto and DeFi because I can make 10% a month or more returns, or 6% a month if I'm super lazy and I'm getting into liquidity pools with like AVAX and USDC, which I've been in for a while, or stablecoin yields. I just did a video on that. That's 40% a year yields on just stablecoin. I'm beating the average investor by 4. But whatever, let's just say it's 10% per month because you're in some DeFi, you're in some true DeFi, and you're kind of looking for the higher APY. There's a Matic USDC pool that's almost 100%, so that's pretty close to your goal. You put $3,500 in there and it's spitting out $350 a month, and you're paying for the car. What's really cool about this is once your car is paid off, yes, great, it may only be 13K, and maybe you did buy brand new, which I don't think is the smartest move, but let's just say you did. You still have your $3,500 up here. I hope I get some ahas here. You still have $3,500 in here, and you have 13K in equity, or your car is worth 13K. So you drove it for free, you have your initial, and now you have 13K, so if you sell it, you have 13K, or if you trade it up, you can get 13K for it, or so. You can move these numbers around all you want. What if instead you're like, you know what? I got more than $3,500. and you do, I don't know, let's just say you do $5,000 or $10,000, I don't know, $5,000, and you go up a little bit and you're at the 12% because you're a little more active, you're a little more hands-on. I don't know what that number is off the bat, but it would be over, if it's 5,000, it'll be over 500. It'll probably be $5,400, $540. You get the point. And now you can accelerate your payment, or if you put enough in here, you can start paying for things like this watch was free. I looked at this Rolex, I wanted a Rolex Presidential, I said, how much would that cost? Okay, what do I have to invest to generate yields to pay for that watch? And a few months later, the yields were generated, I bought the watch, and I still have the initial. So you get this for free. You get Yandy is going to have a car for free. Doesn't have to be a car, it can be a vacation. Hey, I want to go on vacation this year. Okay, cool, you could spend $5,000 on the vacation, or you could invest $5,000 and get the vacation off the yields that the $5,000 makes over the years. So you're left with $5,000 and you had a vacation paid for. You can apply this into any area in life. This is the only way I know of to actually pursue and achieve financial freedom. This is how we should be thinking. You don't have to be a millionaire to have this and a vacation and everything paid for cash, and look at me. You can find investment vehicles. We have a member who does real estate syndicates as well as crypto and DeFi, but they also get into real estate syndicates. And so he knows if he puts money into this bucket, he gets money out and it can pay for things in his life, whether it's his car or just living expenses, or he's using it for other investments. So far, so good. Now I'm really gonna trip your brain up here. There's two ways we think about this. Your assets pay for your liabilities. That's what we just covered. You're investing in assets that are paying for your liabilities. Give me a thumb up if you're good. Let me know in the comments. Next, and this is something we had a lot of fun with last month with members, liabilities into assets. What do you mean, Lucas? What if you're investing into some assets and those are pumping out returns that are paying for a liability, and then you're turning that liability into an asset? So maybe you work from home like I do and you don't drive that much and it goes up on Turo. I use Turo all the time, by the way. We had a member who was getting twice the amount of their car payment in Turo. So imagine the compound effect at that point. You took some money, you invested it. That investment is paying for most people would be a liability. So it's paying it off. And then you're turning that liability into an asset and it's making 2 times the return of this. So this liability now is earning you $700 a month. This is how empires are built. You're not getting over leveraged, because most people, if they start taking on way too much leverage, and then there's a market correction and they lose everything. I think it's stupid. You're using a little bit of leverage and then you're turning that liability into an asset. And if you can play this game, how can I get my assets paying for liabilities? I have a buddy who has a bit of a property and he may be out of a job. He was stressing out. That property is next to a park. It's on Vancouver Island. If you know the area, it's beautiful there. And it's like, well, what if you set up some glamping and you had 3 or 4 spots? Now you're turning a liability, his property that he lives in, into an asset. It's going to start generating income instead of you having to dump income into it. And the light bulb went off for him. And when I taught him this and when I explained this, he's like, well, what about my car? What about my dirt bike? Maybe people could go dirt biking with it. And this is how it's done, my friend. I really hope this blew your mind. I don't want this just being knowing. Knowing is knowing, wisdom is doing. When you learn something, apply it. I promise you, this can change your entire freaking life, and you can stop being a slave to having to pay off debt or being a slave to your liabilities, which most people are. It doesn't have to be that way, and I think life is meant to be lived and experienced much more so than working for the man, getting a paycheck, and then losing 80 or 90% of that paycheck to just living life, when we're not really living it, because 90% of our time is spent either sleeping or doing something that we may not enjoy doing. Do this. Get addicted to this. This is the game to play. This is the game we play. I think a lot of people think the Underdog Investor Group is just about crypto and DeFi. Crypto and DeFi is just a tool. It's a vehicle. It's actually the easy part. It's the strategies. It's applying it. It's tracking it. It's moving forward just a little bit every single month, building a bigger bag, generating a bigger and bigger passive income every month. It's not going after the meme coin or trying to hit it big. It's not what we do. There's enough of that, and 99% of people lose. This is the game you can play, and anyone can win this game because the yield is based on real income through actual true DeFi. I get passionate about this because I think a lot of people are playing this game wrong, and then they call crypto and DeFi a scam because they get into some scam token or scam project. It doesn't have to be that way. And they never take profit, and they don't get anything in the real world, and so they end up further behind than they were. Stop the madness. Either commit to watching every video on this YouTube channel and studying it, or join us in the Underdog Investor Group. It's less than a coffee per day, and we will help you through all this. And the community, you should see the testimony. We have 3 or 4 every single week now. My car payment is paid for. I made $1,000 last week in true DeFi. We just had that yesterday. Every single day something comes in, and if you watch us on Twitter or here, you probably see me posting those all the time. It probably gets a little bit old, but I'm so passionate about what we do because I know it can change someone's life. So that's that. I hope this did help. Like this video, comment below, and what I will do is I will leave some videos up here that'll go deeper into financial education. Some of it'll be about crypto, DeFi, stablecoin yields, and some of it will be around strategies or how our members are applying it to get some insane results. So do check them out. I'll leave them up here. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Peace.